Hey everyone, in this video we're going to go over a very important topic, and this is so important that if you don't keep track of this one thing, your business can basically collapse and you can run out of business. So this topic is known as net profit. Okay, this one number can either make or break your business, because if you're not making money, if you're not making profit, you're not going to be in business for very long. Calculating net profit is really important. Now, sounds obvious, but you will be surprised how many e-commerce businesses, especially e-commerce businesses, do not do a good job of tracking this number. And this is so because with e-commerce, it is a little bit complicated to keep track of this number. So in this video, I'm going to show you how we can make sure that you're making profit, how you can properly calculate this number. And then once we look at those things, what net profit is, what is it composed of, how to keep track of it, then we'll look at how SellerChamp can help you keep track of this number and how you can make sure that you're always making money. All right. So with that, let's get into it. So what is net profit? Quite simply, it's your sell price, the price at which you are selling your product, minus your marketplace fee, which is what Amazon, eBay, Walmart, etc. will charge you for selling this product for you, right? They're cut basically, minus your total costs. Okay, simple enough, right? The price at which you sold the product minus Amazon, eBay's, Walmart, whatever marketplace you're selling it on, their markup, their cut, right? Their referral fee, minus your total costs. The amount of money, what it costs you to actually buy this product, put it on your shelf, and ship it out when the customer bought it. So total costs then is actually not just your cost of the product. It's actually made up of four different components. So total costs is made up of your cost price, of course, okay, plus your shipping cost. For instance, if you are offering this product free of charge, then how much did it cost you to ship it out to the customer? You might also want to include, if it's costing you money to get it into your warehouse, you might want to include that as well into shipping cost, or you might just include that in the cost price. It's really up to you how you want to play that. Plus handling cost. So this is one that a lot of people skip often. And it's an important metric because when your profit margins are thin, you really need to keep track of handling costs to really see if you're making money on the product. So your handling cost is going to be, what it costs you to get this product on your shelf when you first buy it, and then to get it off your shelf into a package, taped and ready to go out to the customer. So that would be your handling cost, how much it costs you to do that, plus any miscellaneous cost. Miscellaneous cost would be something that doesn't fit in these three buckets. To give you an example, I used to sell TVs, and we had to buy special packaging material for that TV, and that was expensive enough for us to keep track of it as a miscellaneous cost for that specific product. So that's a good example. There might be other examples like this of where you might need to keep track of additional cost for a product, and you can just bucket that into miscellaneous cost. Okay, so that's your total costs. Now, for resellers and liquidators, this gets a little bit more complicated. The reason is because your cost price will vary over time, most likely. For instance, for resellers and liquidators, especially if you're buying a product today, there's no guarantee that you're going to buy it at the same price from that same supplier in the future. So to give you an example, let's say you bought a product in January of 2022, and let's say it cost you $1.50, and you bought 10 of these, okay, from supplier A, let's say. And then in March you bought it again, and this time it cost you a little bit more. This time you paid $2 for it, and you bought 50. And then in April you bought it again, and this time you got a good deal, and you only paid $1 for it, and you bought 100. Okay, so as you can see, your cost is varying over time for this product, which means your profit is varying over time for this product. Now, if you sold this product, depending upon which bucket you sold it from, from, is this product the one that you bought in January, in March, or in April, your profit will be different. So you need to be able to keep track of these costs over time for every product that you buy, even if it's the same product, because you might buy it at a different cost price. So this is also really important to accurately figure out your net profit. All right. And a lot of times the reason net profit isn't calculated properly is because people just don't keep track of this. They don't keep track of their net costs, their cost price over time. Okay. So once you've got these things in place, then you can accurately determine your net profit per product. Now, are you done at this point? Well, you are as far as calculating net profit is concerned. But when it comes to calculating the net profit of your business, not quite. The reason is because you also have to worry about returns, okay, and replenishment of those returns. Okay, so if a customer returns a product, you have three options. Number one is you just throw it away and it goes as a loss. Number two is you can actually resell it. Number three is you can resell it but not as new anymore. Now we have to resell it as an open box at a lower price. So you have to keep track of that as well. And that actually is not part of your net profit. That's a separate calculation that you need to do at the end of the month to figure out how many returns did you get, how many of those returns you were actually able to sell, and how many of those you had to liquidate or just throw away because you couldn't sell it. Okay, so don't forget that component of your business profitability as well, which again happens at the end of the month. All right. Okay, so with that, let's get into how SellerChamp can now help you keep track of your net profit. So to keep track of your net profit and your cost prices within SellerChamp, once you log into SellerChamp, click on products where you can view all your products. And here I have one that's pulled up that I sell as Amazon FBA. Now, what I can do here is I can go into this average cost price and put in how much it cost me to buy this product, for instance, $4. And as soon as I do that, it's going to calculate my FBA fees, which is what I would pay Amazon FBA if I sold this product as an FBA product. So as soon as I click on the amount here, it will give me a full breakdown of that. My referral fee, Amazon's picking and packing fee, and so forth. And then it will calculate my net profit based on the selling price. And if I make a change to the selling price, it will then recalculate all of those fees for me, my Amazon fee as well as my profit. Okay, you can then click edit here and then also go in and enter other details such as your shipping, handling, and miscellaneous cost. And that will actually get computed into your profit calculation. So if I enter a shipping cost of $2 and hit save and close, and I go back into my product, you see my net profit is now $7 instead of $9, which is what it was before. Now here you notice that this is average cost price, because at the product level, I'm entering the average cost price that this costs me, because again, as I mentioned in my video, your cost price for products will change over time as you buy the product from a different supplier or at a different date and time. So I have two choices. Either I can just forget about that and just keep track of my average cost price. In other words, my cost price doesn't vary that much to where I have to break it down with every purchase. And in that case, I can just enter an average cost price at the product level. But if I do need to keep track of my cost prices over time, as and when I buy them, then the way you do that is you actually create a batch every time you purchase that product. So you create a new batch and you add that product into that batch. When you do that, that will give you the opportunity to give it an individual cost price just for that purchase. So for just this spec product that I bought on this specific date, I can go ahead and say it cost me $250. Okay. And then if I buy this product at a different date and time, at a different point in time, I can create a separate batch where I can give it a different cost price. This will then be used to compute my average cost price at the product level. Okay, so if I don't enter a cost price at the product level, it will use the cost prices that I've entered at the batch level to keep track of that. The other nice thing about doing this, about entering cost prices for every particular purchase that you make and the units that you buy, is that when you make a sale, we're able to use that information to also compute the net profit at your order level. So when you sell a product, we can actually tell you for this product, this is your net profit based on the items you had bought at the particular time when you had bought them. Okay, so that's it. That's how you keep track of your net profit and your cost prices on SellerChamp. And this concept works across all selling channels. So this is, in this case, this is Amazon fees. If I were on eBay, it would actually say eBay fees. So for any marketplaces that sell, that charge selling fees, we keep track of that. And for marketplaces where selling fees are not charged, then this component will go away, but you'd still have your net profit and the ability to calculate net profit.